Good morning, everyone. Coach Sullivan here again, talking to you about today our 50 front versus what we call even one back or 10 personnel. Again, briefly, my background 38 years coaching football. I've been either a defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, special teams coordinator, or head coach, both at the collegiate and high school levels. All right. So, first of all, just a reminder that the way we call our formations, as you see up here, Detroit, D doubles 2x2. And in the case of 10 personnel, that's one back, zero tight end. So it's a four wide set. Typically pass first. Very infrequently do we face teams that are closer to 50-50 or even 30-70 for that matter. But part of today's lecture will involve getting that sixth man into the box. So first of all, you see up here in the top left, this is a Liz call, and the reason we put even in front of it, okay, because there's no tight end, that eliminates the rule for the rover and the Mike going to the tight end, okay. So to simplify it, so they're not out in space, no man's land, we say stay left and right. Even is the trigger to tell the dime and the rover, backer and Mike, the four linebackers, stay left and right. So dime and backer stay left, rover, R, and Mike stay right. And that's really why I did it. R is right. Again, it doesn't need to be L for left. Just if the rover's right, then you got to be left. And since the rover and the Mike travel together versus 11, that's why the Mike is also on the right. Okay, again, simplicity to line up. Secondary is the same rules. Okay, defensive line is always left and right. So boom, done. Again, simplicity to line up. So one of the keys here to 10 personnel formation Detroit is how do you determine the pass strength, right? I mean, it's equal. It's even, literally, right? 2x2. No tight end for run strength. So we say in the middle of the field, we go to the quarterback arm. Okay, so if he's a right-handed quarterback, it's going to be Liz. Left-handed quarterback is going to be Rip. When the ball is on the hash, it's automatic big field. Liz or Rip to big field. And again, as a reminder from previous lectures, when the ball is on the hash, the boundary and the whip automatically go into the boundary. Hence the name boundary, and the field and free automatically go to big field. Again, hence the name field. Okay? Excuse me. And so in this particular instance, we're going to have double orbits because 2 is detached on both sides. Remember, 5x3 is 5 yards maximum from the defensive end, and the 3 essentially is inside toe on the heel of the D end. We don't want them deep, and they never take back pedal steps. All right. Secondary is the same. 1x7 outside Oscar. Safeties 1x12 Ike inside off at 2. Linebackers' toes are at 4. Everything's the same. Okay? So for us, the outside linebackers have the potential to be extra box defenders. So versus Detroit, it's not as concerning to us about the box. And seeing as how our safeties are always the slice C-gap defenders on the backside, they too get brought into the box on a running play. So it's not as big of an issue there. However, when we go to the 3x1 here in 10 personnel, it's Toledo. Double O's for us, again, what's the purpose of the name? 2 wide receivers. Okay, it's both open. We have 3 wide receivers and an open split end away from the 3 receivers. So it's wide open. I mean, when we talk 4 wide, this is 4 wide. Okay, so Toledo kind of registers that. So when now the Lizard Rip goes to the 3 receivers, that's automatic. We still say even, but now in this case, they're to the right, we say Rip. Now, even if ball were on the hash and they put the formation into boundary or fib, we'll still make that a Rip call. The field and the free will still be in the big field to the 1 receiver, and the boundary and whip into the boundary, but the Lizard Rip is always the 3 receivers to answer that question. So in this particular case, what's meant by automatic overhang, okay, If it's even rip Toledo, the dime comes over to the right and gets over 3 in the back, so they just bump. If it were even Liz, the dime would be over 2, and the rover, since he's coming over, is on top of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 over 3. Remember, we are +1 defense. That's one more defender than they can block, and that's one more pass defender, right? We always have one more than they do. Same over here. And this is the automatic. So in our gray 4, right, gray here comes in handy, our base match quarters coverage, which we play 70% of every single game, God willing, the automatic to the one receiver side is invert, auto invert. Okay, and this is the automatic to get our 6th man into the box. The rover here is not going to, in this case, is not going to be a help in the box, and neither, honestly, is the dime. He's got force, and now he replaces the safety in the stack roll. Okay, that's what that means. So these are your 2 contained defenders. And the inside linebacker, if needed, since he's a 51, would be here if the ball were to cut inside, as well as now the safety knows that's where he most likely will fit. Okay? Again, on the snap here, it doesn't say it, but on the snap, he screws down roughly to linebacker depth. Again, we haven't covered this in these lectures, but these 2 are double covering number 1 in a zone format. Okay, so he'll end up taking any slant routes. He can undercut hitches, etc. And he's obviously got the vertical route. Okay, so that's how we play 10 personnel. That's the reason for saying even. Okay, that's the reason why we believe we can still get a 6th man in the box without having to blitz, without having to make any special calls. It's built into our self-adjusting defense. As always, please, any questions, please email me at coachmjsullivan.com and gmail.com, and I will get back to you as fast as I can. Everyone have a fantastic day.